12 students of Samuel Ajayi Crowther University, Oyo, are currently being detained at the State Criminal Investigation Department in Ibadan, the state capital, over the gruesome murder of a 200-level mechanical engineering student identified as Alex Akpor. Vice-Chancellor of the university, Professor Timothy Adebayo, who made this known to newsmen, said that the school authorities had put in place adequate steps to forestall a recurrence of the dastardly act. Correspondent Olutayo's Famous Cole has more details in this report.
The nation was once more taken aback when a video surfaced online showing students of the Ajayi Crowther University, Oyo town, pouncing on a 200-level mechanical engineering student identified as Alex Akpor, resulting in his death. The shocking event sent shockwaves across the country, once again raising critical questions as to the safety of students on university campuses. Since the ugly incident occurred last week, the school's management is addressing newsmen for the first time. A vice-chancellor of the school gives details of the gruesome murder of the promising star, whose life was cut short at his prime.
Any case that cannot hand to another hospital in town, because we are just health center in the university to provide immediate health something to our students, and when it is more than that, we go to higher health center. We have our cases where we have from the hostel to health center to another hospital in town, then to UCH, and God help us. But this one, we find that when he was brought to the hospital in town, he was brought in death.
The management of the school expresses sadness over the unfortunate incident and sympathizes with the family of the deceased.
And we were later interrogated, only to find out that not all these people that were taken to the police station actually participated in the heinous crime, as pointed out by those people that actually participated in the crime. So by so doing, 6 out of 18 were released back to the university. I asked them, why were they released? They said the preliminary investigation carried out, and by those boys, the way they talked, actually signified that those boys, the other ones, were not part of their activities. The police, that's their work. They had us to interrogate, to look at their statements and everything. From there, they were able to identify those people that actually did the boy, those who shaped.
Cases of bullying in Nigerian institutions of learning are on the rise. A cross-section of rights activists who spoke to our correspondents blamed the breakdown in the family value system as responsible.
We have had a lot of news that students bullying themselves to the point of death. It's not welcome. Please, decide for it. God frown against it. And you may have your way today, temporary victory, tomorrow will tell. Because you don't know what will happen tomorrow. It's been recorded for you that you have erred and you have killed a soul. Please stop bullying. Then I want to admonish the parents from home. Teach your children not to intimidate other colleagues or friends in schools.
Children will always watch what we do because they are modeling what we present to them. What we model to them is what they will see, and that's what they will do. That's what will form their habit, their attitude. So whatsoever they see us doing, they emulate, they carry out. So as a parent, as an adult, as someone, we all need to work on ourselves. We need to develop a better mentality, a better behavior, so that we can have a better society. You know, most of these, we have different type of bully. And we have homegrown.
Police declined to speak on the matter on camera. The parents of the deceased and indeed the nation expect that the perpetrators of the heinous acts would be made to face the full wrath of the law. Olutayo's Famous Cole, Arise News, Oyo.
All right, Alex Eyengho is president of Association of Nollywood Co-Producers and a relative of the slain undergraduate of Samuel Ajayi Crowther University. Some of the affected family members have been to the university, as well as visited the morgue to see the body of their son. According to them, there are a lot of unconnected dots from the account of the Vice-Chancellor. Our guest is here to react to some of those comments. Good morning, Comrade Alex Eyengho, and our condolences over the death of this young man.
Good morning, Steve.
Good morning.
Thank
Good
you.
to have you in the studio.
Thank you.
The gentleman who lost his life, sadly, is a namesake of yours, and I'm aware that you were part of the delegation that went to the school to find out for yourselves what actually happened. Tell us, what did you find out, and do you think that there will be justice for this young man?
All right, thank you very much. I think on Tuesday, this last Tuesday, the family, decided to, beyond what we were seeing in social media, decided to visit the school to get first-hand information and feel of what really happened. We scheduled to see the school authorities, the commissioner of police, and possibly the governor of the state, because we felt that the pace at which the matter is being handled, because this is a case of murder, we felt the pace of handling this thing is not satisfactory to us. And if you watch, even till as I speak to you in this studio, the family has not issued any official statement.
That's correct.
Because we don't want to just talk. We want to know the facts of the matter. We want to know what happened to our son. And the first place to go is the school, who have that duty of care, to take care of that boy and all other students in the university. So we reached out, we went there on Tuesday. They said the Vice-Chancellor was in another meeting. So it was the registrar of the school that led the delegation that met with the family, as it were. And when I say family, I'm talking of the father side and the mother side. I'm from the mother side.
Okay.
The mother is a princess of Warri Kingdom. Is the daughter of the 18th Ulu of Warri, His Majesty Ogiame Erejua II.
The mother of the boy
Alex
that was killed.
Yes, is a princess, and the father, of course, is also a Deltan from Robo ethnic nationality. So the father side was represented, and the mother side was represented. So I come from the mother side, and with the eldest brother, Prince Yemi Emiko, led the maternal delegation, as it were. So we asked what exactly happened. So the registrar, of course, after condoling with us and all of that, and said, well, what they were told, what they have gathered so far, was that first the boy was beaten, and practically beaten to death. But what they were told was that there were issues, there were issue of phone, theft, and all of that, and it was linked to him. And in the process, the boys, according to the register, say about 30 of them practically kidnapped him, locked him in a room. They kidnapped him in the afternoon and waited till night before they started, beating him and recording it by themselves.
They locked him up from
They
afternoon
locked him
till
up.
nighttime.
Yeah, they waited till night and tortured him till the following morning, early morning, maybe the wee hours, like 5 o'clock, and left him for dead. You understand? According to the registrar, it was Alex in the morning at about 6 o'clock. He struggled. He struggled to go out to seek for help, and he went out of where he was locked, which is one of the hostel rooms. He stepped out, maybe looking for help at that time. It was at that point he collapsed. He fell, and it is surprising to us that this is an hostel. You should have porter, you should have security. And according to the registrar, they have porter, they have security in each hostel.
Maybe CCTV if possible.
No CCTV. Sadly, because we asked the same question, because I mean, this is a private university, expensive private university. No CCTV. We actually said they used to have, but it's bad, but no CCTV to capture anything. If not, they will have seen him when he struggled out of the hostel, when he fell, and all of that. So there was no CCTV. Anyway, a student saw him and ran to call the security, maybe some blocks away. The security said, look, the matter, he has a superior. That one ran to call the superior. And all of that, the story went on like that. Anyway, at the end of the day, they moved him to one of the hospitals in Oyo, because the school is in Oyo. And of course, he was brought in dead. He was brought in dead, which the vice chancellor himself confirmed. He was brought in dead, and there, of course, they involved the police and all of that. And from there, the police was moved to a morgue, in quotes. After everything, we expressed our own concerns and all of that. We asked some relevant questions: who owns the phone and all of that. They made some very disjointed statements, and all we can see is that the school is only interested in protecting its own image. If you remember, the vice chancellor, the public relations officer of the school was the first to issue a statement where they said, oh, the boys have been arrested and all those involved have been expelled. And in the same breath, as if somebody asked them, nobody asked them, it's your own statement. He said, there is no cultism in this school, and the boys are not cultists. Press statement is there. So we were a bit surprised. Because as far as we are concerned, the modus operandi of this torture to death smacks of everything cultism. Shaved his hair, flogged him, stripped him. I mean, dehumanize him to death. I think for some of us, the matter is in the police, it's with the police, and they will come out with their investigation. 20 people were arrested, according to them. And
all students?
Yeah, all students, no, including some security, the 2 security officers, I think 1 porter, and I think about 4 staff, member of staff.
Okay.
Others are students. And they were taken to Ibadan, the state criminal investigation department. And the head of that team is Deputy Commissioner of Police, Ayodele Shonubi, who is the head of state CID in Ibadan. We went there. We met with him. We engaged him too and asked a lot of questions. We said, look, what we are hearing is that, some of these boys are from wealthy home, and we are hearing from social media that most of them have been released. Oh, he swore that all of them are there. Right. Even though when we said, okay, can we go and see them? He said, no, the investigation is still ongoing, that we cannot see them. We cannot see any of them. They said, but we should be rest assured that he did not even allow any of the parents to see them. Yeah. He said, all of them are there, including, he said, even that very day we went, on Tuesday, that the one that it was all over social media that the parents want to whisk him to the very guy who is left-handed flogging him in the video. They said they want to whisk him to Canada. He said that particular boy has been arrested that Tuesday. So he's there with them. So he gave us assurance. Then we asked, okay, what are you going to do? When are you doing autopsy? Because this is a murder case and all of that. And let me go back a bit. After we saw the school, we went to the local police, that's the DPO, who deposited the body in what they call a morgue. When we got there, because we said, let us go and see the corpse of our son, they obliged us. We had to go and take permission from the DPO in Oyo, and with the school, we all went. Of course, when we got there, that was what charged the delegation. It was not a morgue. It was one abandoned building with no roof.
Wow.
Nothing, no roof. We asked him, he said, yeah, they said that place is bad, it's undergoing renovation, and you put him there. He is the only corpse in that mortuary. In fact, when we got there, they had to call somebody from his home. They said that's the procedure. You have to call them. They will rush down. And they opened the place. I mean, it's in fact, tension. There was tension. They almost, those who came with us almost, had it rough with the registrar and his team. But later, because it was clear, if not, they were just embalming him, embalming. They were just embalming. And you could see the blood, the wound. If not because of the embalmment, maybe rats and all of that will have feasted on that body. So we insisted immediately that they must move him out of that place. Otherwise, we are not going to leave. So immediately, the school called their ambulance and they made arrangements and they moved him to another. We said, we don't mind. If it's money, we will pay. We are going to pay. So they moved him to that place. Then the following day, that was where we went to the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of the matter, Ayodele Shonubi. And after the engagement, we now said, look, this is the situation. We found this corpse, and he was not happy himself, and he called his, other members of the team that, okay, since we are talking of the autopsy, he said the autopsy can only be done in Ibadan. So meaning they have to move the body to Ibadan. He said it's even better to just move the body to Ibadan. Even after the autopsy, we take it from there. So as we speak, I believe the body has been moved to Ibadan. As we speak. And the autopsy, we all agree that within 1 week, that sometime in the next week, we'll do the autopsy with representative of the family, the school, and all of that. So that's where we are as of today. We were not able to see the governor. They said he was out of town and all of that. And so we have enough information. Even at that, we have not issued official statement because we have been very careful. We, as the Chekiri people, we are always very careful. We follow the law to the letter. And we have enough information, and the family will soon come out. But we want to wait until after the autopsy, which will happen maybe Wednesday or Thursday, and we will go back to Ibadan for the autopsy. Then, but another thing, I was listening to the Vice Chancellor, Professor Timothy Adebayo, and that seemed to contradict what the Deputy Commissioner of Police told us on his honor, that all the arrested students and staff are there. But we hear the Vice Chancellor said, here on Arise TV during the press conference, that some of them have been released. Some of them have been released, and this seemed to confirm what is on social media, that most of them have been released. At least the Vice Chancellor confirmed that six have been released because they are not really connected. I don't know if that was with the order of the police and all of that. So we are not really satisfied. We are not satisfied with the way even the living condition. We went around, we took a tour of the hostel. The living condition and all of that is not and finally, the scene of the crime, normalcy has returned. Normally, you are supposed to cordon off that place, that very room where he was being beaten. It's open, everything is there. While his own room, Alex's room, is still locked. While the scene of the crime, everything, I don't know.
Whose room was that, where he was killed?
It's, I think it's because I see 2 foams there, maybe 3, 4 students, while he stays in a private room, single room. That's where he stays. But the scene of the crime, normalcy has returned to the place.
Right.
And we find out very curious.
All right, Mr. Alex.
Yeah.
I believe that you have answered most of our questions. Again, our deep condolences to your family and to you as well. And you have said that, the Vice Chancellor was economical with the truth. I believe that they also said that he's been there for about 34 years and he's never seen anything like that. Were you able to speak with some of the students as regards to, whether or not there's, cultism, or he was involved in some sort of cultism? Because if the Vice Chancellor is saying that nothing like that has happened in the school, we would like to know. I'd also like to know, in terms of whether or not, you have said that your family is willing to submit Alex's body for autopsy. That was going to be my next question. I'd like to know whether or not you believe that this was some sort of cultism act.
Like I said, watching the video, because the registrar, for instance, was saying his own understanding of cultism is why he is saying, because we asked him, how do you know there's no cultism in the school? He said, because there are no bushes around the school. That's absurd in this 21st century. And we told him cultism can happen, initiation can happen even in room, in parlor, anywhere. So you cannot say because there are no bushes. He said because their activities almost always take place in bushes and all of that. And that's why he said, we asked, okay, they shaved his hair. Where is the hair of our son? It's not with the police. Where is the hair of the boy? Why did they shave his hair? Assuming without conceding, you said he stole phone, which is preposterous, because this boy uses 2 Android phones. He does not need it. The kind of money the parents give him monthly, he does not need all of that kind of to steal a phone. And they said when they recovered the phone, they checked it and they saw a transfer from this phone to this one of these betting sites, 10,000 naira in favor of Alex Akpor. And we said, that is fantastic. That's a fantastic statement that my elder brother, Prince Yemi Emiko, said, do you know that I can use my phone? Because as far as we are concerned, that's just trying to find an alibi. I can use my phone now to send something, to send 10,000 or whatever to a betting site in your name. Supposing you people did that after he had died and you are now looking for safety net and you did that. Anyway, that is for the police. The phone, they said stolen phone is with the police and they are investigating. The Deputy Commissioner of Police told us that their cyber crime department is handling all of that and the investigation is ongoing. So we believe, we had interaction with some of the students. We believe it has all the signature and imprimatur of cultism. They were trying to forcefully initiate him into their court.
That's your assumption.
That is what we believe. And from what we heard too, they have been extorting him. Because the mother said, look, he gives him a whole lot of money every month, but he keeps asking for money. Each time he asks, what are you doing with this money? From what we interacted with the students, including the student union president, who was very helpful. Most of the arrest that was made is with the help of the student union president and his team. If not, most of these boys will have escaped. You understand? And we asked the school, why is this school still open? They only gave 2 days lecture free. Why is it still open? And that's why we are concerned that the governor of the state has not made any serious comment and the school is still left open, where somebody was murdered right inside the school, inside the hostel, by people. There are video evidence, and the school is still operating as if nothing happened. We find that very curious too, and at the appropriate time, the family will make a very strong statement on this. So that is, the whole thing is shrouded in some mystery, which we hope the police will be able to unravel, so that at least we know there's nothing we do today that will bring Alex Akpor back to life, but at least let there be justice. Let there be justice, and that's all what the family is after. This is one case I can assure even the Inspector General of Police. This is one case that can never be swept under the carpet, because this boy, just a 222-year-old boy, in year 2 engineering, you just cut short his life like that by people that are caught on camera doing this thing.
Okay,
and
Mr. Alex.
It's like nothing has happened.
Okay, Mr. Alex, once again, I want you to accept our condolences. But let's talk about, preventive measures and the role of the university. The Vice-Chancellor stated that in his statement that the school had taken steps to prevent such incidents in the future. I'd like to know what your assessment of these measures are. Do you believe they are adequate? And in your opinion, what more should the university administration do to address this incident and ensure the safety of their students so that this type of event doesn't occur in the future?
For me, because like I said, we took a tour of the school, the hostels, and all of that, and I'm still wondering how, because the hostel is like a square. There are rooms everywhere, and I don't know if you saw the video. I can not imagine that not a single person could come out, not security, with the kind of noise, the flogging, the beating, not a single person. That means, and yet you say you have porter, you have security attached to each hostel. Where was this security man at that point? Despite all the noise, despite all what was happening. So I think it's there is a lot of negligence on the part of members of staff of the Ajayi Crowther University, and with what we saw in the school, there is more to it than meets the eye with what we saw. And even for me, if cultism is going on there, the school for me is just trying to be protective, trying to protect its image. We don't do cultism here. This is a university with Christian background and all of that. But we are not satisfied with that. We are not satisfied at all with that.
All right, Comrade Alex Eyengho, we are sharing your pain. We understand where you stand, but we believe, of course, that ultimately justice will be done. Everybody will be waiting for the police to come out with their report. And if the school authorities have other things to say, the public will be the judge. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you
on
very
the morning
much.
show. Thank you.
Indeed.